we've taken the same path, me and Evan have, to kind of get to where we're at, and I kind of want to get your take on some things. Working as a stringer, working as a part timer, a lot of that comes with long hours, and we're not talking about long hours just with the stringer jobs. We're talking long hours because you got a job in the morning and you got a job at night at the newspaper. Talk to me about the stressful days of working two jobs, how long you did it, and just kind of the grind that it is to get to the point that you reached in your career.
Well, I had never worked. I'd never had to work a second job until I came out to the LC Valley during that time. But as soon as I got that job, because I was never gonna not do that when I started working at the Lewiston Tribune, but I was still taking some college classes at Walla Walla, and I was still working as a server at a restaurant down there. So I had to do that for a really long time because I mean, you know how much we were making an hour. It was $7 an hour. So that was, it was hard, but I mean, there's some good stuff that come from working two jobs. I mean, I never had to give one too much thought other than 20 to 25 hours a week at each. So it was kind of cool to be able to split your brain power, but you're juggling schedules on a week-to-week basis based on whatever you need to do to still be able to write about sports. So, I just had to not think about it for a while, to be honest. And I still had to do that when I came back to Seattle and was scouting players as well.
Yeah, talk to me. You guys aren't seeing Evan right now, but I mean, if you look at his Twitter profile picture, as he is emo Jimmy, I if you were serving me food, Evan, I wouldn't imagine I would tip you very much. I just wouldn't imagine you would be a very good server.
You don't tip in general.
So. Yeah, well, I would tip Evan $-
If you haven't been in the game before, then you haven't been in the game before. It's okay.
Talk to me about your career as a server, because you did that. You've done that longer than you've been in journalism, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's what I did to pay my bills when I had first moved out. When post high school or around age 20. So, I mean, it's just something I always knew I was good at, and it's a good gig. You don't have to work a full 8-hour shift, and you get to walk home with cash.
How does a depressed, unfunny guy like yourself get so many make a living off of tips as a server? I want to know.
Well, I mean, it's much easier in Washington than it is in Idaho because of the wages. I mean, you're still getting a full paycheck when you're doing it out in the Seattle area, along with everything else.
Sorry, I had to flame you that bad. If you guys,
that was rough. That was rough.
It's you should hear the insults me and Evan fling at each other when we're not live and we're not recording. It gets.
I got to hear a few of them.
Yeah. That's if you know.
Yeah, it gets worse. But something I asked Randy too, and I want to ask you this as well. Trey, I feel like I've kind of taken over